Hello, welcome to the channel, or welcome back into the channel. This is Lunar Goddess Tarot. I'm Sarah and I'll be your intuitive guide. If you guys have been following me for the past several weeks or even several days, you'll know that I have launched my website at last, and this could not have happened without the assistance and help of one of our amazing soul sisters in Divine Feminine's T. She's one of my Patreons. She's an incredible supporter of the channel and has been for a long time. She put together this website in 3 weeks in what should have taken, honestly, about 3 months. So she tirelessly worked behind the scenes to put this together. She'll be joining us for the 6-month coaching program. She is in inner union. She's a very powerful and strong and fearless divine feminine. So I'm very excited to have her join us for the coaching program, and just want to give her a very warm thank you and just a shout out of gratitude, immense gratitude for helping me put that together. It's been something I've wanted to do for a long time and just didn't have the tools or the know-how myself. So she put that together for us. So please go check it out. It's lunargoddesstarot.com, and it's a beautiful site. It's gorgeous. You guys will be able to, when I open up my private readings again in the future, you'll be able to book those on the website, as well as book the 6-month transformational coaching program, which we still have spots open for that. The program starts August 19th and it will run until February, I believe it's 24th, 2022. Very important dates, guys. We chose these dates for very specific reasons. If you have questions about that and you want to join the program, if you're ready to get started, you're ready to reach inner union, come out of the longing energy or the runner chaser cycle, and you just want to bring more abundance and joy and peace into your life, then email us at twinflameunioncoaching@gmail.com. The email is below. It's twinflameunioncoaching@gmail.com, and Kelly will respond to that. She's my co-coach in the program, for the program, and she'll respond within 24 to 48 hours to that, and she will give you the information you need to get started on applying for the program. So we are in this beautiful energy post Lionsgate, and what I'm feeling personally is a lot of solar plexus upgrades. So some of you physically might be experiencing bloating, indigestion, acid reflux, sensitivity to foods, which can lead to all of those symptoms, and just pain in the abdominal region, right? Sacral chakra as well, the womb clearing out, really clearing out, I mean excavating a lot of the pain and heartache of the past, as well as for those divine feminines who are represented in the female form, the sacral chakra. If you've had any sort of miscarriages or anything related to that, of that nature, you'll be clearing and healing those as well. And this is from this lifetime and past lifetimes, I'm being told. So just a lot of, don't be alarmed if your stomach is kind of soft, over the next several weeks here as we sort of integrate these energies. Let it go and let it flow, and rest when you need to. Drink, hydrate, guys. Lots of fruit, fresh veggies, lots of fruit in particular. It's very healing for the body. Make sure that you are listening to what your body needs as far as foods and drinks. And I'm really being told, stay away from sugary foods at this time. I'm talking about processed sugar foods, not fruit sugar. And just give your body lots of water, lemon water, cucumber water. Give it what it needs. Cucumber juice, celery juice, things like that, electrolytes, to really just bring your body back into balance. This is a very powerful portal that we just stepped into, and it does feel like a brand new day has been dawned. And a lot of you are going to be feeling the detachment that some of us have been feeling for quite some time. So keep in mind that if you're feeling that detachment, it doesn't mean that your connection is over, but it does mean that it's taking on a new form. So as this new form is birthed, it's like the old has to fall away, and the ego wants to cling to dear life for what it feels like it's losing. Whereas the soul doesn't recognize loss. The soul just understands that things change form. So death is actually, any sort of loss or death is just something changing form. So check yourself before you wreck yourself, because the ego is going to want to come in right now and tell you everything's gone to shit and everything's gone to shambles. And the soul recognizes that this is the way forward. We're going to be talking a lot more about that on our very first call that we'll have Again, the program starts August 19th, so we're going to be going into a lot more detail. 3 calls per month, bonus calls. We've actually already had our first bonus call before the program even started, and that was for Lionsgate on Sunday 8/8 and the new moon in Leo. So bonus calls, bonus content, workbooks, worksheets, ebooks, etc. All of this. Those products will be released to the general public, but everyone in the program receives them as part of the cost of the program. So no additional cost, whereas in the future we'll be selling them, actually in the near future we'll be selling those products, but they will be per product. So if you join the program, you get access to all of those things and early access to all of those things, as well as bonus readings, full moon, new moon readings, etc. There's so much content that we have to give you guys and we have to share. And Kelly and I are just so stoked and so excited to be able to share this space with you guys. We thank you so much for everyone who's joined us and for anyone who will be joining us. Okay, so let's go into, I'm trying to just, before I get into the cards, solar plexus, sacral, chakras. Heart chakra openings, yes, but a lot of that occurred for the masculine, so you would have just been feeling that or maybe transmuting or purging through the heart chakra, but a lot of the energy right now post a Lionsgate is happening in the lower chakras because we're grounding union. Remember that. So, okay, let's go ahead and just create some space here. Yeah, I'm going to start with this. 7 energies here. The Oracle of the 7 energies, calling in Archangel Michael. And let's go ahead and just get to the card portion of the reading. Yeah, if you're feeling detached, feminines, just understand it's likely your masculine counterpart, again, is now experiencing some of that longing, some of that burning desire for you. A lot of the masculines are in this place where they're realizing how much they have hurt the feminine because they were in a wounded space themselves, and how, you know, a lot of the masculines are even in this energy of, did I say too much this time? Did I push her or him too far away? It's sort of that self-abandonment that creates a self-fulfilling prophecy that the masculines are working through, realizing where they've walked away from good things in their lives, and that includes the feminine. A lot of the masculines have pushed the feminine away to the extent where the feminine is now questioning the differences between them herself. And so this is kind of a new energy for the feminine to say, what do I really want and what will I accept? And the version of your masculine, or the version of your connection, which also means the version of you that existed in the past, exists no longer. And so you're both trying to sort of fit a square peg into a round hole, because those versions of you and them and your connection was wounded. And so the masculine's coming from this place of more clarity and more of a spiritual perspective and a spiritual awareness of this union, going, did I fuck it all up? Did I muck it all up? Because the feminine has gone quiet and dark. And by dark, I just mean she's gone dark, meaning, you know, she's not responding, or she's not responsive right now, or she's not communicating. And the masculine is, there's a fear there of losing this connection. The masculine never really felt before this like he'd lost the connection or the feminine for good, because there was always some sort of reassurance, some level of reassurance. And now the masculine's coming back in saying, ooh, I don't, this feels different. And it's enough to shake up, the fear is enough to shake up and shake out things that the masculine, the darkness and the shadows that he needs to work with within himself to really face himself and conquer his fears of intimacy. Fears of love, because for a lot of these masculines, they've identified love with pain. I know my masculine has. Oh, well, you hurt people you love. And I'm like, no. You take care of people you love. The idea isn't to hurt people you love. If it happens, that's one thing, but that is not what love is about. And so the feminine teaches the masculine about unconditional love, but first she teaches him about how to love himself. So there's a lot of changes going on, guys, within the collective, and the masculines are afraid of losing this connection. That doesn't mean they're going to step forward in the physical, because if you've gone quiet on your masculine, if you've been quote unquote the ghoster, I don't believe you can ghost your counterpart, they're you, but if you've ghosted them, so to speak, they're not sure anymore how to approach you. great and full. Interesting. Birds of a feather. That always reminds me of the Three of Cups. A tall tale. I see a lot of sort of diverging energies here. So one of the things I'm picking up on is the masculine feeling very grateful, right, for himself, for his journey, for his feminine in particular, and for all the people who he now recognizes, the people who hurt him, who he's starting to recognize were teachers. Even if they were very, very painful soul lessons, he's starting to recognize the role that they played, and maybe even starting to forgive them on a soul level, even if his human self isn't ready to do that yet. So the masculine is in this place, guys. I'm telling you that the heart openings just continue for the masculines as the feminine continues more and more down her path of financial independence, okay, autonomy, sovereignty, because maybe for the first time for a lot of the feminines, you are feeling like you can do this on your own, like you don't need a partner. Whereas you were taught, a lot of feminines, right? We've been taught we need a partner. We're supposed to get married and have kids and have a white picket fence and a dog and 2.5 kids out in the country. And a lot of feminines, you haven't followed that societal expectation. And so this is coming full circle in the sense that you showed your masculine how it's done and allowed him to break free from the societal constraints and the programming that he was subjected to as well. And he just feels really grateful. A lot of these masculines have adopted a mindful practice, okay? Meditation, some sort of contemplation, prayer, and they're adopting this, but more and more intensely now because they're relying on the spiritual truth to pull them through when the 3D feminine has now gone quiet, maybe pulled her energy back. So he's feeling you pull back both in the 3D and the 5D at this time. And again, if this is you, if this applies to you, you're feeling this urge to do so, or you're already doing it, or you did do it. This is because you were guided by your higher self. And the primary focus needed to be on your journey at this time so that your counterpart could focus on what he or she needed to focus on. Because a lot of these masculines needed to release themselves from the toxic traits of just being deceptive. Not necessarily a flat out lie, but being deceptive towards themselves, okay? Being deceptive towards... they haven't always been honest in relationships. They haven't always been faithful. And I know this is triggering for feminines to hear, and it's triggering if you're a masculine watching. This might be very triggering to hear. Some masculines, a lot of masculines have struggled with fidelity and struggled with devotion. And then they meet their feminine and they know that they could be faithful to her, but the thought of losing you scares them so much that they then create this self-fulfilling prophecy and maybe create things that are going to sort of topple the connection or cause the feminine to question your fidelity or to question your loyalty and devotion. And so the feminine, having experienced this in the past with past partners, not wanting to experience this again, that's where some separation or distance is created because she's wondering, can I trust you? And the masculine, now has the task of proving to the feminine that I am trustworthy, especially if there's been deception in the past or there's been half-truths or lies that have been told or spoken. And there's a lot of this was, fear-based. The masculine was trying to control the situation and control his feelings, control the connection, control his future, control his destiny, control other people. And that is all leading him or has led him to many or multiple tower moments. And realizing that if he can't communicate from a place of authenticity, his feminine she's not going to stand for it. She is not going to stand for any sort of deception from this point forward. The masculine is going to find other divine masculines. And I've said this in the past, and I've picked up on this at different times. I feel like this is definitely coming up right now for masculines to assist you guys, to assist the masculine collective in understanding this journey, okay? From a less fearful perspective, erasing the fear, sharing what they've been through, sharing their experiences with their feminine, with like-hearted people, and understanding that this is a we energy, it's not a me energy. So pulling the masculines out of this energy of selfishness, where they couldn't, like they had their blinders on and could only see their own pain and their own confusion and fear. And these, you see how this could be your counterpart. This could be other divine masculines further ahead on the path coming in. And then there's one here who's still got more growing to do. But your masculine, I feel like, is about right here. Okay. And learning to share these experiences, feeling less alone finally at last on this journey, where the feminines have had this sort of four of cups. It's actually four birds, but the 3 of cups energy of friendship and celebration and happiness and joy and just honesty in those friendships and authenticity. Feminines had this for quite some time, and now the masculine's going to be experiencing this, and it's going to help him step out of any deception which he's committed against himself and against his feminine, or towards his feminine and other people in his life, leading to more gratitude, okay, leading to a greater sense of gratitude. So just as I'm shuffling, I saw the Scorpio card, the death and rebirth card. Not surprised to see that, as I felt lots of death energy surrounding the Lionsgate portal. So I think we're definitely still in that energy. It might feel stagnant for some of you. It just might feel like things aren't shifting. For others of you, it's going to feel like things are happening really quickly, really fast, and it feels out of control, and the ego is going to freak out, come in and have a freak out moment and a temper tantrum. And for others of you, you're just going to want to be called to be still at this time. I'm one of those people that's being called to be really still. So after this reading, I'm going to be doing a meditation or two. I'm actually being called to do 2 or 3 meditations now, post Lionsgate, a day. So starting today, just this energy of needing to really go within, this energy of really needing to master the inner union and ensure that I am in that place all the time, every day, regardless of what's happening externally outside of me. So this is where a lot of feminines are going to be. There's different energies playing out, but this is where the masculines are. So I want to get some clarity here for the tall tale. Ace of Swords, the Lovers. Yep. Wanting to come clean with his feminine. Okay. Wanting that. The feminine, some of you feel like you've lost that loving feeling towards your counterpart. Okay. My circle of divine feminine friends are sharing that with me. I'm sharing, with them what I feel about that. And it definitely feels like the love is on pause for the feminine, in a sense, where it's like there's an undercurrent of personal power coming up, whereas the masculine, the undercurrent for him is the love, okay, that he feels for his feminine. So again, the feminine being in the more masculine energy, the masculine being in the more feminine energy. The feminine is dominating the physical world right now, while the masculine is learning to not dominate his heart, but he's learning to act and speak with integrity from his heart, really completely doing away with this deceptive energy. The feminine will not tolerate it anymore on any level. And so I always see this card in this deck, the Ace of Swords, as a spiral of manifestation. It starts as a thought in the mind. It starts as just a fleck or a speck of an idea, and it starts to take root. Okay. And she's got, look, it's like solving problems here in your mind. We've got the infinity symbol. I see the man and the woman symbol. I see what looks like chemistry, algebra equations. This is about the masculine starting to master his mind so that his mind doesn't control him. You master the mind and you can step into the heart, because then the heart can lead the way. He's missing his feminine. He's missing the feeling, the loving feeling. I just keep on hearing the lyrics from that song, you've lost that love and feeling. And so the masculine is like, man, where did she go? Because this is, again, the first time for a lot of you that you have stepped back in such a powerful and profound way. And it's making an impact on your masculine. It's making quite an impact on him. Honestly, he's not sure what to think. Yeah, it's causing a tower moment. There's the tower. It's causing a tower moment for these masculines. They are forced to go within. They are forced to look at their own shit. Okay? And instead of blaming someone else, the karmic, other exes, their parents, their work, etc., they're looking at themselves. And I feel like this is a tower moment concerning the connection specifically. He's having aha moments and receiving clarity. This also to me speaks of memories that are coming up for the masculine, the memories of the love and the memories of what he could have grabbed onto, what was right in front of him, and now what feels like has been stripped away. He's really, I mean, he's beating himself up saying it was right in front of me. She was right in front of me. Why didn't I grab onto it? Why didn't I hold on to her when I could? And now you feel out of reach to him. But there's a level of clarity and genius that's coming through here with this tower moment. So this is a tower moment that's clearing away the cobwebs of confusion and fear and deception from the masculine's mind. And this is also opening up the heart even more. So let's see how is he feeling about the feminine right now? How is this masculine feeling about the feminine? Aries energy. Some of you have Aries masculines. The Emperor, okay? The Emperor. He's wanting to make his move. He's wanting to step into that place. Like, forget the Knight energy, forget the King energy. He's stepping into this place of I am a fearless leader. I am a decisive leader. Okay, this is a person, he knows exactly what move he's going to make next. He's cool, calm, and collected. He's not worried about what other people think. He's passionate, but he's also, there's a stoicism here, but there's also less of a stoicism that I see today in this card, and I feel more of an inspiration. You see the light shining through here that's helping him make his move. It's more of a move that is from a higher place, from a spiritual plane, versus a move that's coming from his head. It's like a heart-centered move, and I've never seen the light coming through in this card before. I've never noticed that. This is, an inspired move that he's going to take. Let's see if we can get... Spirit, tell me more about this Emperor energy, the Emperor energy for the divine masculine who is going through this tower moment, who has had this tower moment walking through Lion's Gate, and who's sort of walking through life right now feeling confused. Tell me more about this. There's definitely a bit of confusion. This card comes up all the time. 9 of Pentacles. So that can be seen as a singles energy, singles card, which is good. If your masculine was in a commitment, he has freed himself on some level. Now for your masculines, if they had freed themselves physically from this commitment, I feel that they are now freeing themselves or have freed themselves mentally and emotionally from this commitment. And if the masculine hasn't yet freed themselves physically from the commitment, but you know they're on the verge of doing so, I feel like this is letting you know that he is going to be, this is his next move, okay? Freeing himself, becoming single. And becoming single so that he can step into the Emperor energy. Because as I've said before, if the masculine is in another commitment, they're not the divine masculine. They're not the Emperor. They're not the Emperor until they come into union with their divine feminine counterpart. Sure, they can reach some form of inner union, but not if they're with in a karmic situation, with a partner who is teaching them karmic lessons. You can't be the Emperor and be in a karmic situation. He has to step out of those codependent, toxic situations, look at himself more honestly, step into his power, which is what I feel like this tower moment is causing him to do. Feminines, if you've walked away from your masculine, you've caused a tower moment within your connection that's causing him to rethink everything here, okay? And is bringing him to this place of being able to free himself. This is all happening pretty fast, I feel, even if it doesn't feel like it. And again, this could feel very stagnant for the feminine right now, or it could just feel like the feminine, it's almost the energy for the feminines of like, I can't be bothered. I just can't be bothered with this right now. He wants to come in fast. The Knight of Swords is the fastest moving knight out of all the knights in the deck. He wants to come in like fast and furious. He's being guided. Birds are a particular, because we have an owl here. Birds are a particular totem guide for the masculines right now. So yeah, he feels with his bow and arrow or bow and quiver, he knows exactly what he's aiming for. Look, the bow and arrow, the chess piece, he knows exactly what he's aiming for. He's going for the feminine, and he's going to come in and let you know, I'm single. Okay, I've done it. I have detached physically. Now I'm detached emotionally and mentally. I am completely free from all of those from the past. I've gotten fully divorced. I am completely free from the other relationship or connection I was in, or whatever the case, or from the job or family members. I have freed myself, and I'm coming in here. But there's a concern with, like, he knows that he can't hold on to this wealth, this abundance, unless he is the emperor and he has you by his side, the lover. He knows that he will lose the abundance. He's starting to understand now the abundance comes from being with you, being in harmony with his divine feminine. He finds that first within himself, with his inner feminine. So as he climbs out of this deceptive energy that may have been created by the moon, okay, the new moon and the Lion's Gate created some sort of just a foggy energy, mentally foggy energy for a lot of us. It's like we knew we were stepping into something new. We knew we'd stepped into a brand new time, but we weren't sure what that new time was all about. But you were guided to walk through that portal anyway, walk through that door that's been unlocked for you with Lion's Gate. And you knew that on the other side of that was this brand new beginning, but you weren't sure who or what was going to be in it. So there was definitely some, this again, deceptive energy, the moon, illusions, coming through, and the masculine's being tasked or charged with how he decides to portray himself moving forward. And what this is a big energy, guys. If he can leave this deceptive energy behind, he is opening up a brand new world for himself, for this connection, for how he communicates, for how he acts from a place of integrity inside of all of his relationships, inside of himself and inside of all of his relationships. The Ace of Pentacles, so the Ace of Swords and the Ace of Pentacles, what starts as a thought, what starts in the mind leads to action. Okay, the Emperor wanting to take action. He wants this new start with his feminine. I mean, this is clear. He doesn't want to be. Sorry, my cat is making the cutest noises. He's in his little bed in here, and he's dreaming, and he's making like a. It's really cute. I wonder what that means. So I feel like the masculines are just dreaming about the feminine, you know, having these romantic dreams. I'm feeling less of a sexual energy. The air isn't a sexually charged. It's now, the air is charged with romanticism. Is that a word? Yeah, romanticism and love. So the Ace of Pentacles, guys, right here, where is it? Talks about a brand new beginning and the potential for so much success coming from this new beginning. Look at the caretaking. Look at how he's holding, the masculine's holding this brand new beginning. He knows it's fragile. He understands that, okay, this new beginning that I'm being offered right now, this new energy, this new way of just acting in accordance with a higher divine law, me being authentic, me taking off this mask once and for all, this requires that I be very careful with my feminine's heart this time around, and that I be very careful with the words that I speak because they're powerful, the actions I take, and that I come in from a place of true integrity. He's manifesting this new beginning. That's for sure. He's manifesting. He's got a lot of focus, a lot of not blind focus, actually very, very intent focused, and faith. So let's get okay, let me pull a card here. Into me, I see, yes, introspection going within, spirit of gratitude. Look, great and full. So definitely the energies of gratitude. This has been coming up as a theme for the masculines if you've been watching my videos over the past few weeks. Gratitude. Okay, this speaks for itself. So the masculine feeling grateful, as I spoke about earlier in the reading, and going within. In the absence of the feminine's light, where he can't see or feel or hear the feminine, he's hearing you. Well, that's for sure. You're sort of haunting him, if you will. It's comforting to a lot of the masculines. It could be also infuriating for them, but he can't see you for a lot of you. And so this is that intimacy, like trusting intimacy, trusting love, and trusting the purity of the love that the feminine gives him, because he's denied himself real, true affection, intimacy, connection, and love for all of his life. For him, love has equated to pain. And so the feminine comes in and just offers him her heart, her soul. She's vulnerable. She bears her soul to him. She speaks of this unconditional love. And the masculine initially is fearful, runs away, comes back in because he craves it, runs away, comes back in, runs away. And it's like this pattern, and that's the runner-chaser cycle dynamic that can be created. But he's starting to realize that this deeper connection with the feminine that has acted as a mirror to him is helping him see himself clearly. It's helping him wipe away the fog of untruth or deception. And he's starting to realize he's on this personal evolution journey. Okay, he's starting to realize my feminine is just, she's here to teach me and to help me grow, to grow me, so that I don't have to do this alone. And even when it hurts, it's from a place of love. He understands that now. He wants to take the risk. Okay, this is a card about taking the risk, being vulnerable, bearing your soul like the feminine has done. Yeah. So as the feminine has held up a mirror to the masculine, the truth is revealed. She shines so brightly that the mirror just blinds him sometimes. But he's starting to walk towards that mirror versus walking away from it now. So tell me more about this mirror, this intimacy spirit. Okay, well, we got the Two of Cups. All right, I'm not going to take those. I'm going to see if Spirit will give me, I got Two of Cups, Four of Cups, Four of Swords. It's just like too many cards. Three of Swords. Interesting. Three of Swords, we know what that means. An ascension. The World card. An ending of a major cycle, closing out of a major cycle for the masculines with this Lionsgate. I mean, major cycle, guys. We're not talking minor. We're talking like Two of Cups energy too. Many moons that this cycle has played out. Many eons, many years, many lifetimes, holding the world in his hands and realizing that, yeah, I have everything. When my feminine is present, I have everything I need. I have everything I want. Third eye chakra, and then also the solar plexus chakra being highlighted here. I would say sacral as well. So those in particular, intuition, healing sexual abuse, like I talked about for the masculines. Also personal power, solar plexus, the seat of your personal power, okay? The place that you hold your own personal sun. So all of these things are coming online for the masculine to help him, again, clear the slate, realize the potential of this connection, really closing out cycles where he closed himself off to love and to joy. Now, the Three of Swords here is the closing off a cycle of heartbreak and betrayal with the feminine. It's very clear to me in this reading. Some readings are just super clear, and this is one of them. Spirit's just being incredibly honest and showing me exactly what you guys need to hear, I feel. So yeah, no more deception, no more heartbreak. He doesn't want to bring any of that energy to his feminine ever again. Like he's had it with himself. He's closing out those cycles. So this is what's happening right now, guys. The masculines are closing out these major cycles of heartbreak, betrayal, the lies, the deception, the The fear energy, the fear causes heartbreak, running from love. He's closing all of that out. And so, of course, when that happens, when something is closed out, we know that a brand new cycle will take its place. Something new is being created. So let's see here with the Moonology deck what lessons have been learned or the closing out of this cycle. Hold your vision, fixed moon. This flipped over in the deck. Expect powerful change. Okay, so what's interesting here is the masculines are, new moon eclipse. They're holding on to the vision of their connection into you. Whereas the feminine is sort of, it's like this has kind of slipped away for the feminine temporarily, momentarily. The masculines are now the ones holding the faith. The feminine got exhausted and said, I've been holding the faith for so long in this connection. It's time for you to step up and hold the faith. And the masculine is doing it. So I'm really proud of them. He's very strong in his convictions right now. I'm fixed energy, very strong. He's not moving. Nothing will change his mind. In fact, he's telling people in his life about you and the connection. He's telling his children, he's telling his friends, he's telling his exes. He's like, look, this is the person for me, and I don't give a flying fuck what you think or what judgments you have. This is the person I want to be with. And this is bringing in him standing in his convictions, holding his ground against anyone who has anything to say about this, including his own inner critic and ego, is creating powerful, powerful change. Something, again, eclipsing out. That's the energy of the world. Something is being eclipsed out. Something is ending. Eclipse energy, something is removed so something new can take its place. Let's get an energy here. Spirit, tell me more about this. Hold your vision. The masculine's holding the vision. Tell me more about this. Three of Pentacles. Wanting to work together harmoniously. Okay? Wanting to come together. He's like, this is mission work. This is that deeper understanding that there's a mission here. There's a soul mission. This is a soul connection. However he defines it. Sometimes the masculines struggle with the term twin flame. That's fine. They might not struggle with soulmate. They might even struggle with that. Doesn't matter. He defines this as a soul connection in his mind. So tell me more, Spirit, about the masculines holding their vision. The Hermit. So the masculines and the Page of Swords, the masculines are, they're learning. They're learning so many ideas, inspiration, insight coming. Again, the birds coming to the masculines, the air energy. Fast-moving energy, though, because, again, we have the Knight of Swords, the Page of Swords here, the Ace of Swords, a lot of swords energy, bringing in the clarity, mental acuity, insight. The Hermit energy, I don't see this actually as like the masculines going backwards or going back into their bat cave. I actually see this as the light being turned on and the light being turned on inside of them. So what's happening is they're holding their vision here during their meditations and their prayers, and it's leading them to these new ideas and this new pathway. It's like a tightrope that she's walking here, but she doesn't even have to look. She's on her tippy toes. She's balancing on this little rope or stick, and the ideas are carrying her forward. So his idea of this connection of union, okay, of coming back into connection, physical union with his counterpart is what's drawing him forward. I'm going to pull just another card or two here to go ahead and close out the reading. And then I may bring you guys another reading later today. Just depends on how I'm feeling with getting some meditation time in. And also, if you guys have purchased readings already for me through the month of August, you'll get your reading. Don't worry. Don't fret. The announcement about the personal readings was for anyone who's inquired but hasn't yet purchased a reading. So if you've paid for a reading, you will get your reading by the end of August. Not to worry. Just please be patient with me as I integrate these energies. As I've stated before, these group readings or collective readings are a lot less taxing on me mentally and emotionally and spiritually than the individual readings. So please just give me the time. I promise I will get your reading to you. Inner temple. Yep. Devotion. Tune into the portal of your own heart. Yeah, he's finding you there. He's like, oh, that's my duplicate soul. So some of these masculines look at you as a duplicate soul. So they're like, they may not identify you as a twin flame, but they're like, you're me. You're my other me. You're not you, you're me. So they're starting to realize that, yeah, this is that energy of gratitude, intimacy here, just all of that coming up here. Just really feeling grateful for this experience and even for the pain that it's brought. Soul family. Yeah, I felt that. Remember with birds of a feather? Call in your tribe, and you don't have to do it alone. Look, there's another energy here of coming together for the masculines, the dolphins, or actually these are the whales and the dolphins, so the cetaceans. Whales are the record keepers of time, and dolphins are just they're the heart chakra, right? The playfulness, buoyancy, jubilation. The soul family, the soul tribe that's coming in is going to bring the masculine a lot of peace and a lot of happiness and joy that's going to really open him up again to just everything. So everything that's coming in, everything that's being closed out is like gunky, it needs to go, it's heavy. And everything that's coming in for the masculines feels really, really beautiful and just really clean. It just feels like a clean break from the past. So I'm going to pull one more card here from the Syrian Starseed Tarot, just future energies. Interesting. Six of Cups. Oh, guys, look. Guys, the Six of Cups, look. I haven't pulled that card in this deck before. So what do we have here with the Six of Cups? We have nostalgia. Actually, I'm going to look in the book for this. Bringing back the innocence, which the feminine is desperately in need of. So the masculine wants to bring back that innocence to the connection. We've got the Knight of Swords that came up also, which I find fascinating. So two Knight of Swords energies here. Again, fast moving energy, moving, it's this bubble of like, he knows what he wants. Like, I see myself now. This is a mental bubble, a thought of, rushing in, charging in towards her. And just he feels the warmth of the feminine right now. He misses the warmth. Remembering the innocence and the surrender and the trust that he had from the feminine. He's really like, wow, I mean, she gave me everything. She trusted me. There was such an innocence about the love and the connection. And now he feels like it's been muddied with uncertainty and muddied with fear and muddied with pain and heartbreak and betrayal and deception. And he's like, I want to fix that. So he's thinking of ways to come forward and ground that. The Ace of Pentacles here and the Emperor, remember that, but thinking of ways to ground that into the physical once he gets on his feet again, and just remembering the love. Yeah. Bringing back he's doing some inner child healing too, which is going to bring him a lot of just peace and joy in his life. And this Tower is not coming to shake things up. It's coming to actually shake things down so that all these faulty foundations finally exit the masculine's life and psyche and mind, and he can free himself from his past. So I hope you've enjoyed this reading, guys. If so, please do give it a like and subscribe to the channel. Tap the bell icon so you'll receive all notifications every time I post or go live. And please share the video. I've grown this channel organically and I continue to do so. I thank you guys all for your support, for watching today. Stay tuned for another video coming definitely tomorrow, potentially later today. Go over, check out Patreon. I've got articles and videos and bonuses over there if you'd like to join Patreon at any level. Take great care, guys, and I'll see you so soon. Be blessed.